Hello, welcome back to Hunters Lives Matters. Tonight, I'm making some chicken for dinner. And I've got a recipe that I really like, my family really likes. I wanted to share it with you. It's my version of beer can chicken. I don't like beer can chicken. I like chicken throne chicken. So what we're doing here is we're taking Sprecher root beer. We're going to pour it into our ceramic chicken throne. And we're going to top it off with some Sprecher barbecue sauce. That's going to add a really nice sweetness to it. We are going to season this with some Killer Hogs brisket rub. The brisket rub is a nice addition to this recipe because you're not going to have too much sweetness coming in with a traditional poultry rub. There's going to be a lot of sweet coming from the sauce and the root beer. So the brisket rub adds good texture to it, has a lot of flavor, and it's very nice. Traditionally, when you're talking about beer can anything, you gotta kind of that can. You put the can in the middle here, and then you just sit the chicken on top. And what I have found with that is that you put your can in here, you cut the top open however you want, and the aluminum, it prevents a lot of the heat from getting in there and boiling your fluid, your beer. So if you put beer in here, you can put wine in here, you can put anything you want really. Any kind of soda, you don't have to use Sprecher obviously, it's just nice to have a complimentary barbecue sauce. But it gets it nice and hot, and those flavors really do permeate into the meat. So I prefer this method over your traditional beer can. But if you've had luck with the beer can, take a can of Sprecher or a can of your favorite soda, stick it on here, stick the chicken on, and go for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the soda going in here, stick the chicken over that, and we're going to put it on a little rack like so. This is really nice for transport. You keep everything in one place, you're not fumbling around with it, and then when you're done with it, you can just pull the whole thing off. You don't have to worry about it. You can get these things real cheap. I think somebody gave me this one here as a gift, but you can get these from $9, $15, and I wouldn't spend too much on them, but they're really nice, and they bring a lot of heat in there, and everything boils really fast, and just it works nice. And you can also put seasoning in there if you have any kind of sprigs that you prefer, poultry blend or whatever your aromatic preference is. You just stick them right in there, and then they'll boil up with your fluid. And again, that will permeate the meat from the inside and make it really flavorful. So I'm just going to get this stuff out of the way. We're going to get our chicken set up, and we're going to throw it on a Traeger tonight. We're going to smoke it at 325 degrees. I think I'm using a competition blend of wood tonight. So getting a little added sweetness there too. All right, so to season the chicken, it's really easy. What I did first was I took it out of the packaging. I washed it off. This is about 4.7 pounds, I think it was, so just shy of 5 pounds. You wash it off, you dry it off really good. Sometimes at this point people will put a little olive oil or some kind of a fluid on there to try to get the seasoning to stick. I've never had any issues, so I start on the inside. Oh, trimming is also pretty simple. On the bottom here, you just want to open this up a little bit. Sometimes there's a lot of excess skin right here, so I just cut that back a little bit. And then the tail, you don't need that tail for anything. There's usually a larger tail there. You don't need that. Sometimes there's little feather things on that, so you don't want to be serving that up. Otherwise, trimming is not really an issue here. So I just start on the inside. You see how nice that goes in there and sticks to all the meat. You don't have to go crazy on the inside, but just enough that it's gonna provide the flavor that you're looking for. So obviously you're gonna make sure you get the skin, but I don't really eat the skin, so I stick my finger underneath there, just kind of pull it away from the breast a little bit. Get your thumb in here. You don't want to tear the skin, you're just going underneath the skin, just like that, see? Getting down there by the thigh, moving it around. And what that's going to do is allow you to get that seasoning. Maybe I shouldn't have tried this on foil. This is going to be able to get that seasoning on there. Just put a little seasoning on the end, and then get that in there with your thumb and your glove. You always want to make sure you use gloves when you're dealing with chicken. You don't want to be touching stuff with the hand that you're touching the chicken with. Wash all your utensils right away. So just get a little seasoning in there. And do the same thing on the top part. Again, you're not looking to tear holes in this. You're just looking to pull it away enough to get a good amount of the rub into the meat. Excuse me, onto the meat below the skin. There we go. And then once that's done, just go ahead, get the rest of your meat. And you can see this isn't really coming off here. This is staying on pretty well. Again, I have no binder on here, no oil or anything. If you do use an oil, don't expect the skin to be crispy. Might not be anyway, but if you put olive oil on here, you're gonna have to cook it at a hotter temperature than 325, which is what we're cooking at today, in order to get that nice and crispy. That's what you're going for. All right, gone and got our little grate, our throne. Can't forget about our root beer. You can use as much or as little of this as you like. I usually take it to about the bottom of the neck here. You want some room in there for it to be able to, for the heat to come in and boil it up. Let's get it on here. Slip it over, just like so. Nice and easy, just sits there like a king on his throne. What's also nice, if you have a big enough chicken, you can put the wings behind the neck. Nope, this one's just going to sit out here then today. That's fine. That's really kind of for appearances anyway. So what will happen when this cooks out then, if you're not familiar, the wings will just come out a little bit like that, but that's fine. So there we have it. You can't ask for anything easier, right? It's a 5-minute, if that even, prep time. So I've got the smoker fired up in the front. Let's go around there and put them on, and it should take a little over an hour at that temperature. I'm going to have them cook for about 30 minutes, and then at that time I'm going to probe them in the breast and temp out. You're looking for 165 in the breast and 175 in the dark meat, the thigh area. You can go a little bit over that. Some people take it off and get to about 160 and let it rest to 165. Doing it in this method, I've never had a problem with drying any of the meat out. So it's important to me that we meet temperature you don't ever want to have undercooked chicken. So enough of that, let's get them on the smoker. We got it fired up 325. Just going to go ahead and put it right in the middle. There you go, situated nicely. That's that. So whatever cooker you're using, you don't want the lid or anything to be touching the meat and the skin. If you do have a problem with that, just put a little bit of foil in between there so you don't ruin that portion of it. So again, we'll check back in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, put a probe, see where we're at, and go from there. We've been cooking about 40 minutes. We got our probe going here. Just gonna check it out. So it's getting nice and brown. So got a ways to go. So now we're gonna just throw our thermometer in here in the thick part of the breast. There we go. See where we're at here. 135 after 40 minutes at 325. So that's not bad. So again, we're taking this up to about 165, maybe a little over, depending on how long it takes the thighs to get to where they need to be. Again, 40 minutes, so probably looking just like I was predicting, a little hair over an hour. So we'll see you when it comes to temperature. We're nearing our temperature right now, so a few degrees ago I put the barbecue sauce on here, so we've got our, that's hot. We have our Sprecher barbecue sauce, we're getting it heated up. You don't want any kind of cold sauce going on hot meat, so. Zip that around the front side.
So they should just like lightly spread it on the chicken?
Yep. Baste it right over the top. Just let it run down. Getting it nice and warm is going to help it to be a little bit runnier. You don't have to brush it more than just kind of dab it. But the seasoning is definitely cooked on. It's not coming off.
So you want to get under the wings?
Yep, you want to get under the wings. Maybe you're a little right in the throat up here. There you go. All right, pretty easy. Now we'll just let that set for about 5 to 10 minutes and we should be good to go. All right, the alarm went off. We are at 167 approximately. I did check it with my thermopop and I was at 168, so it's within the margin of error there, so I think that's fine. The legs are at, what were they at? 180, 85, 85, 86. So that's what it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and shut her down. We're gonna take this delicious creation off, let her rest for a little bit, maybe probably 5 minutes, and then carve it up, see how we did. Okay, we've had too much. Family's yelling at me, we have to eat now. It was resting about 7 or 8 minutes. To get these off these thrones, really easy. Another advantage to doing it this way rather than a can. Just slides right off. You don't need to oil that or anything. You can if you'd like. You don't have to. Kept the shape pretty nice, huh? Just sits there looking all proud to be a chicken on a throne. What's this then?
I just went full around, so too late. Looks like it has like a smiley face.
Easy to carve up. It's very nice to carve up.
Juice is spilling out.
Yeah, well, it's very juicy. It's supposed to do that. You can see all those juices in there as you cut through. How good that was. Oh yeah, there's a lot of juice in here.
Definitely.
Let's go to the bone here. That's nice. There we go. Looks beautiful.
Looks like my chicken, right? There's a second.
Just cut right through the bone. No
Problem.
Yeah. That's nice. To the breasts.
So right through the middle.
Yep. There you go. Just kind of split it. One side may actually have the bone, the other might not. Otherwise, if you get lucky, you can split the bone right in half too. Pull it back away from the back side of the carcass. Go around the shoulder. My hands are slipping here a little bit.
It's probably slippery from the juice.
There we go. Move that off to one side. I know there's an easier, cleaner way of doing this, but this will have to work. I'm sliding all over the place. Do this to your dog if you'd like. But there we go.
If you have a dog, you can give it to him.
There you are. There's your Sprecher beer thrown chicken. Root beer thrown chicken, I should say.
Nice.
You want to give it a try?
Sure.
That is super juicy. That is really nice. Get that smoked ring in there. Okay. Give that a shot. Tell me what you think.
So take the camera.
No, try it with the skin too. Yep, how does that taste?
All together. The skin is very spicy and stiff. The chicken is juicy, which is really good.
Can you taste the root beer?
Yeah, definitely.
You really can? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this something you recommend to other people to try at home with their
Yeah.
family?
We use the original root beer, right?
Yep.
You can also use like cherry, honey, whichever kind you like.
Yeah, Sprecher has a wide assortment of different types you could use. But it's fantastic. It's delicious. The Munchkin has spoken.
Not Munchkin.
The recipe is a keeper. So thank you very much for tuning in today and checking out my version of beer can chicken.
Like and subscribe.
All right.